When you think of the world's most massive Christmas tree, that big bad Tannenbaum at New York City's Rockefeller Center usually springs to mind. But this year, Rockefeller is nowhere near the most enormous evergreen in the country. This is. To kick off their first annual Holiday in the Park event in November 2007, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom theme park chopped down and lit up a true monster in the world of Yuletide greenery. A Douglas fir towering 125 feet high. That's a Christmas tree taller than a 10-story building, and a dizzying 41 feet taller than the one in Rockefeller Center.
This is just going to be the absolute essence of the holidays. The biggest cut Christmas tree in the world. The Christmas tree itself has over 42,000 Christmas lights.
First step, finding the tree. After an exhaustive search, they finally located their towering Douglas fir in Salem, Oregon. But then came the tough part, getting it to Vallejo, California. Just how do you transport a 25,000-pound tree nearly 600 miles? It isn't easy. After the fir was felled on October 30th, it was loaded on a huge 75-foot tractor trailer hitched to an 18-wheeler, and they had to make a few modifications.
Could not transport with the branches on them because it was so big they would have broken off. It looked like a big tree with no limbs.
2 days of arduous traveling later, the tree finally arrived at the park's front gates. But the journey of the nation's biggest Christmas tree didn't end there.
It's so big we had to have a Chinook helicopter airlifted into the park. Major fanfare. The heaviest lifting helicopter to carry this tree.
It was like a hurricane. You could feel the concussion in your chest as the rotor bore. It was just amazing.
And once the limbs were reconnected, then came the truly Herculean task of decorating. A crew of 30 people spent 7 days stringing the Douglas fir from top to bottom with 42,000 lights. And to cap it off, the death-defying placement of the 4-foot-high star tree topper.
You better like this one.
My mother will never believe that I did this. I think I did actually have to go to the very top, which when you're up there is about 130 feet. Now myself, I am petrified of heights. And I did this on a man lift that was wobbling back and forth about 6 feet.
Oh, Jiminy.
One of the technicians up there told me to use both hands to put the star on. I said, no, I'm holding on with one hand. So actually, yeah, it was probably the most terrifying thing that I've ever done, and I work with tigers.
But the world's most daring act of Christmas decorating sure was worth it. On November 23rd, thousands of people converged on the park from all over the world for the grand lighting ceremony.
We have Miss California on hand who is going to pull a switch and light the tree.
With a flick of a switch, all 9.5 miles of lights start to sparkle.
The atmosphere is so warm, and even though it's freezing outside, you just really don't notice it because everybody's smiling, everybody's excited.
I woke up 6 o'clock this morning and I noticed the tree was lit up. And I was like, wow.
You can see it from the freeway.
You can see it from the freeway.
Now who's gonna sweep up all those pine needles?